All right. Good evening, everybody. And once again, uh, talking to some Eric Mchenry experts and Eric McHenry himself. Eric, how are you doing today?
Good.
Oh, you heard me. That's good. We were having some technical issues before, but I'm glad um, you can hear me now. So, Eric, how long have you been on YouTube?
Uh, well, in August it'll be 9.5 years.
Woo!
9.5 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, like what keeps you dedicated to be around for like 9.5 years? Because I know some people, like, if they don't, get enough views or likes or anything, they just quit. Like, how can you keep on going after like almost 10 years? Like, that does take some dedication, honestly.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people like to give up on everything.
The reason I started my channel was because of the likes of Charles Trippy and Shay Carl and those guys, because they were doing the consecutive daily vlogging stuff, and Shay doesn't really do it all that much anymore, but Charles still does it, and that's why I keep striving to be like them, because they are the greatest at what they do.
Never give up.
Never give up.
Yes, that's very inspiring words because yeah, life is you just can't give up on life.
Right. I don't want to speak
No, you
for
can't.
Eric, but I feel like to him, it's not about the stardom and how many fans he has. He does it.
Yeah,
Genuinely loves it, and it makes him happy to turn on the camera and talk. So it's just something that makes him really happy.
And
yeah.
what I love to do. It's
Exactly.
happiness and loving something that you want to do for the rest of your life, or however long you want to do it for.
And it's bringing happiness to others too,
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is. So, Eric, so let's say YouTube wasn't around. Like, what do you think you would do? Would you be more into, like, I don't know, having a camcorder or something? Like, if, let's say there was no YouTube and around.
I'm not sure, because I love being on the internet, and whether it's being here on Instagram, whether it's being on Facebook, whether it's being on YouTube, I really don't know what I would do if the internet didn't exist.
that'd be
To
crazy.
be honest with you.
Right.
Especially when it's something that you've done for 10 years. I mean, that's like in your blood,
Yeah, it's like you wake up, you think of internet. Let's check phone. Let's check
Mhm.
socials. Let's see what's going on. Let's get
Yeah.
in connected with the zone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really different. I mean, I think, like, had Eric, I don't know, grown up, like, been, like, in his 20s and, like, the early 90s, it would have been tougher to
Oh,
be
yeah.
on the internet because there really was not an internet
We didn't have,
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, Eric, like, where do you see yourself in the future on YouTube?
Well, I don't know what my goals are, but I would like to, collaborate with more YouTubers and stuff like that in the future. I don't know who it would be. Well, definitely Charles and Shay. I would love to work with them in a video at some point, whether it's, in October, if they go to that event, VidCon that I've talked to Austin and Emily about, or whether it's, just going to Idaho or going to Southern California and just doing all that stuff with other YouTubers and experiencing that kind of stuff.
Connecting.
Yeah.
That's a big part of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, how do you think you could get, I don't know, noticed by somebody like Charles Trippy, who definitely does have like a big fan base? Like, I know, like, do you think you could do anything to really stand out in a way, or more luck of the draw, or something that you just kind of, I don't know, you kind of hope luck happens, I guess.
Well, the thing is, at some point in the future, it's probably going to be like 7 years from now. Charles set a record on his channel with 3,653 consecutive daily vlogs, and then he took a break after his first daughter was born, and he took the weekends off. But like, if I were ever to get get in the Guinness World Record book and surpass him, maybe that would give me recognition. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
But
for fucking
that
sure.
would, that would help my channel a lot too.
100%.
Mhm.
Are you still doing consecutively every day? Are you on a record?
I'm at like 1,380 almost
Consecutive?
consecutive volume, so I'm getting up there.
What's the highest amount?
The highest I mentioned earlier was the 3,653 days that Charles has said.
Okay, so
So
you're
you're there.
In the Guinness World Record book.
so you're a third of the way.
It's still a ways away for me, but I'm getting closer and closer to it each day.
And that's what you
yeah.
gotta do, a little each day.
Yes. So like, wait, how do you come up with ideas day after day? Like, I mean, to talk about, because I know sometimes you may have some days where you don't know what to talk about. It's like
harder, and you just gotta think of like, cause I watch a lot of movies. I read a lot of books. I watch a lot of TV shows. That's what helps me want to become an actor as well. And it's not just about being a YouTuber. It's about acting and trying to figure out how to do that. Whether it's going back to college to become a professional actor, or whether it's learning from people like Brie Larson or Alexander Dario or other actors and actresses that are out there that I watch that are on YouTube now. Actors and actresses are coming onto YouTube more and more over the past 15 months since the pandemic started.
That's true.
Honestly,
yes, that is true.
a lot of YouTubers are having more of an impact. Like if you see ads on TV for makeup, whatever it is, instead of hiring actors and actresses now, they have a lot of influencers from YouTube. Like YouTube is really becoming the new TV.
Companies are spending their whole brand, like their marketing
spending
budget
$60,000
strictly on Instagram now,
right?
Or YouTube, because YouTubers have a huge reach. They know that it's a targeted demographic, like of watchers for a certain channel, and they can just pump it out and get their ad to the right people.
Right.
So that is very true. I guess like the internet's being more focused on as the pandemic has gone on. So like, Eric, have you ever taken an acting class or been in like some theater production?
I've never gotten around to it yet.
Maybe now the pandemic's over, it'll be something on the bucket list.
Like, is there any particular roles you would like to do?
Like your favorite, if you could.
Start off small and then grow into like a role like when Robert Downey Jr. played Tony Stark in Iron Man or in the Avengers film, something like that. It would be the end goal.
So you would want to be like a superhero eventually, like in like some sort of, I don't know, play or movie or some sort of production?
Well, I wouldn't say superhero per se. I would say I want to be like the top level actor that I could be. Whether it's being like a Robert Downey Jr. or like a Vin Diesel or like someone like that.
So like some sort of action role. I know like there's some people that have dreams to play like Superman or like Batman one day. So I guess something like that be like some sort of action hero.
Maybe action, comedy, drama, something along those lines. It doesn't have to be specifically, action. It could be any genre of film that's out there.
Romance.
Have you, Eric? Have you ever sent your like any of your videos out anywhere? I remember like Tosh.0, you can send out like viewer videos. So, did you ever do anything like that?
But if someone were to do that, I would be grateful. I don't know how I would react to that, but I'm just saying, I would be grateful as one of the things, but I don't know if I would ever, be to that startup until, maybe after I reach your 10 on YouTube or after I reach a certain milestone on YouTube, that it would be, it could get viral or it could not get viral. Because, I mean, if you look at my statistics right now, I mean, I only have like 100,000 views after only after 9.5 years, and you know, I don't really care about the numbers, but what I do care about is that consecutive daily vlogging record.
Right.
Whenever I do hit it at some point in the future.
Mm-hmm. You will hit it.
You will, because you're super consistent. And I think with a lot
Yes.
of people, once they watch one of your videos, they kind of go down this like
rabbit hole
of clicking one and then the other and then the other. Like, I remember when I first saw him, I watched like 20 videos in a row just because I was so like intrigued with.
It's kind of like a glimpse into his daily life, you know?
And I think you keep coming back for more because he is so private and you like want more of a glimpse into his life, but he's really good at, like, he doesn't show you his family.
Right. He kind of.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Right. You know, so it's like you kind of want more info just because most YouTubers are showing you their kids and inside their house and where they're going. But
that kind of leads me, Eric, is that something that you've kind of taken of making kind of your room the central point and not really showing other parts? Is that like part of your strategy?
Sometimes, and then there's sometimes where I do show things outside, like me going to a Giants game or me going to a different state like Hawaii or Ohio, or you know, showing those sides of me too. It's not just the room. There are some times where I do decide to go outside and film stuff outside as well.
I just feel like the room setting is just so iconic.
Yeah, well, it is. I do like filming in here, but there are some times where I do like to go outside and film stuff outside as well. It's not just, you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yes, it does. So how long do you think you can continue doing it in a room? I know you've said that you've wanted to sometimes switch it up a little bit. I think you've done some videos in other rooms, so is there any like planned switch ups in the near future, or just going to be your room for the most part?
Well, you know, like I said before in my videos, I do want to, you know, go to more events, like film at Comic Cons or film at VidCon or film at Disneyland or Disney World and do things like that. That is definitely something I would like to do. I don't know if I would film in other rooms of the house, but I definitely would like to film at theme parks and at events, at concerts, things of that nature. I'd like to do that more in the future when I can get more money and stuff like that.
Okay.
Wait, have you ever done a video at a con before, or would this be like a new thing when you actually do it?
Well, when I actually, when I went to VidCon in 2013 and 2014, I did film at both of those when I went. And I have filmed at Comic-Con when I went 2014, 2017, and 2019. And I would like to go when it's safe to do these things again. I would love to do it again. Yeah, I'm actually planning a trip to Southern California in October to go to Disneyland and to go to California Adventure and to go to VidCon. We're actually going to be getting my tickets tomorrow, I hope. I'm not sure yet. I have talked to my brother about that.
Are they all going to be same trip? Is VidCon going on same time?
Well, so I plan to go to Disneyland on the 19th of October and California Adventure the 20th. And the event, VidCon, is the 22nd to the 24th. So it's that entire week I would be at.
Wow.
That would be good footage.
That'd be really good content.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yes. So, Eric, have you ever been to Disneyland before, or like?
I think this would be my 50th or 60th time I've been since I was.
Whoa.
I've been quite a few times.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I've only been to the Disneyland in Florida like maybe 3 or 4 times, but I've never been to the one in California. So
you're missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live closer to the one in California than I did to the one in Florida. So, and I've only been to the one in Florida since I was. It's been a long time. The last time I went when I was 4 years old. So It's been 28 years since I last went.
Which one's better though? California.
Well, I can't compare because I haven't been to
That's true.
one in Florida in a long time, so
It'd be unfair.
What I really know is Disneyland more than the one in
What
Florida.
about Universal? Do you go to Universal Studios?
The last time I went to Universal was in 2015, and that was because there was a family wedding, which I don't want to go into too much detail about that. But
sure.
I went down there. We went through. They were just starting to build the Potter area in the Universal one in California.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't completed yet.
Damn.
So I want to go back and experience.
I want to see that. Yeah, I want to see the Harry Potter one.
So, Eric, all right, I know YouTube's a big part of your life. So, what are some things you've noticed that you don't really like about YouTube? I know people really don't like how the rules have changed or things like that. Is there anything about YouTube that you wish was better about your experience on YouTube?
Well, there are a few things. Like, I know I said I didn't care about the view count or anything like that, but eventually we're going to get to 500,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to eventually get to 1 million subscribers at some point. I just don't know when that's going to be. I would like to have higher view count, higher subscriber count, but that's just me personally. I'm not saying that.
I think that's everyone's
opinion.
Yeah, it is everyone.
I think everyone wants that. If they start a channel, like, even if they're in it for the right reasons, which Eric is, I mean, most people would give up after 9 years if they only had a certain amount of subscribers. But I think if you're consistent and people see that you are in it for the right reasons, which he clearly shows, everyone wants other people to relate to them, and in turn you get paid for it. And
and I also think with YouTube it's one of those things where he might have only 350 subscribers now, but there'll be a day when that number just skyrockets, like overnight.
That's true.
You're gonna start getting 1,000, then you're gonna hit 10,000.
It only takes literally one moment to go viral nowadays.
That's true. It's like,
I mean,
you just gotta get lucky sometimes.
Point one thing out really quick.
Of course.
YouTubers don't get paid a whole lot of money, even if they have like a certain amount of subscribers or a certain amount of views. They don't get that sort of money that doctors or lawyers or people like that get, like loads of money because they do their job well, or they have that doctorate, or they have that they pass their bar exam, things like that. So there's other places that you can earn money, like Patreon or Kickstarter, or places like that exist that you can get money as being a YouTuber, but you can't do that on YouTube as well as other jobs in the world that exist.
Right.
That's true. You have to be at the very top to really like make it a career. You need to be like PewDiePie or somebody like that.
But PewDiePie started out with only a few hundred subscribers. Everyone starts at the bottom at some point.
Some people are just luckier than others.
Right.
Like,
that's definitely true.
I mean, I do have a Patreon. I don't have a whole lot of patrons that are giving me money, but I do have two that have been sticking around for almost a year now, and it's great. But I would like to figure out how to make more money off of Patreon by like making better tiers. And
I think if you with the Patreon, at least I've seen a lot where you'll get like a phone call with somebody at a certain level, or you'll get a video, like a little shout out video or something like that. Have you thought about doing anything like that?
Well, the tier that I currently have right now is a shout out tier, and the person that gets the shout out donates $1 every month for as long as they can pay for that. And I'm still trying to figure out like new tiers that I can add to it other than that one that I have on there right now.
We can help you.
Maybe you can send people like cards or something. I don't know, some sort of like letters
with like your signature.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't have that type of money where I can, you know, send postcards through the mail or send stuff like through the mail, because you have to consider the stamp and the shipping and all of that stuff as well. And I don't have that kind of money right now. So
True.
The pandemic really threw a wrench in everything.
Well, maybe you could do something, I don't know, like something else through the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah,
Virtual.
I'm gonna spitball some ideas. I've heard great ideas from my friends like Austin and Emily, and from my friends from England and other places that suggest I should have more tiers and figure out how to do stuff like that.
How to monetize it.
Yeah.
Eric, I was gonna ask, about the YouTube. I've seen it around. People have asked, and it's happened where you like nuke the whole channel. Is that?
I've heard that as well. I've heard that you used to have a lot more videos, but a lot of them are gone.
Because I've been following a long time, and like I remember a lot of the older ones.
Sometimes, there are times in every YouTuber's career, whether they care to admit it or not, they get tired out. They just don't want to do it. And when I did that back in 2017, I was just tired out. I didn't want to do it anymore, and I deleted I think it was like 1,500.
I remember that.
No, it was 1,700 videos.
Yeah.
Because I just felt like they weren't, the right fit for me at that time, back in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
But since then, I've, had this resurgence, if you will, and I want to do this so that, I can get recognition from, Shay and Charles and other YouTubers that are up there at the top of their game, where they have, that record that I mentioned earlier, and, they have the subscriber count, they have the view count, they have all that stuff. And that's what, really got me to thinking, hey, maybe I could do this again, and maybe I'll never get tired again. But everyone gets tired at some point, whether it's,
Mm-hmm.
Uploading every single day, or, uploading, or it's not even just that. It's a scandal that happens to them too. Like,
Right.
take James
Cancel
Charles, he
culture.
had a
Yeah.
scandal that was about him. Or, David Dobrik, or, it's there's two sides to every story, or even sometimes there's three sides to every story. It's one person's side, there's the other person's side, and then there's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know 100% what the truth is until it comes out, whether it's the media that exploits it or whether it's something else.
Right.
So
you're kind of
that's
at
just my take on
the will of someone else at that point.
Yes, sometimes there's a whole crowd of people that want to cancel you out, and I don't know what you can really do if you're in a situation like that. It's a situation you really have to handle carefully.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Eric, you did say you deleted a lot of your videos because you were burned out, but there are also some older videos left on your channel. Like, what made you keep those older videos? Because not every video you have is from 2017. There are some videos out there that are from later than that. Yeah.
I don't know how to fully answer that question, because I'm still trying to figure out how to, come up with the best ideas, or come up with the best video, that I can think of, or, figuring out future collabs with, great YouTubers and stuff like that. So I can't really, definitively answer that, because I'm not 100% sure on how to answer that type of question.
Do you like a few of the earlier ones that you have on there now? Do they kind of fit the image?
I want to be honest with you guys here. I don't really go back and watch my videos at all. If it's from yesterday, or if it's from today, or if it's from 9.5 years ago, I really don't watch my videos at all.
Really?
I just, film,
Really?
upload them, and then see how things go.
Okay.
Eric, do you think there's anything that can make you want to look back at an old video? I know maybe it's not a habit you may do, but is there like anything where you might think, hey, maybe I should look at that video again or anything like that?
Well, it would be interesting to see how I acted back then, maybe when I was, interacting or filming, the likes when I filmed at Comic-Con when Chris Hemsworth and Stan Lee came here back in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see that style video. I wasn't actually in that video, but I did communicate that they were there at the event, and I was at a panel they were speaking at, and I would like to see, how that, interaction, even though I didn't ask them a question personally, I would like to see, because Stan Lee's no longer with us, how his mannerisms were back then.
Yeah, it's cool you got to capture that.
So, Eric, there's been 2 shout-outs in the chat from Yeberstein and Pixel Protocol. Thank you for that.
Can you repeat that?
There's 2 users that gave you a shout-out, Yeberstein and Pixel Protocol. They were watching.
No, I don't really, I don't really look at, I don't want to sound insensitive or
That's okay.
But I really don't look at my comments, or I don't read, or I don't look into, people that I've blocked on YouTube, or the people that I've, I don't really care about that stuff. I know I should, but I really don't care about the people that I blocked. They probably have moved on with their lives, or some of my subscribers might have blocked them or reported them or whatever. It doesn't really bother me, and I've moved on from that situation. There's plenty of times where I've heard negative things said about me in the past, whether it's sexual exploitation things like that that I've never done before and I never will do. And I've said that time and time again on certain videos that I've never done anything wrong, and I never intend to do anything wrong on YouTube.
Right.
Even though it may seem like, some people seem bad about me or think that I should just quit, and I ignore that. That's my truth, is I just ignore everything that bad that's been said about me and will ever be said about me.
As you should, honestly.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it does take willpower to ignore comments because, sometimes they can get out of hand. They're not true. A lot of stuff like that. It does take willpower.
A lot of trolls out there.
Yes, a lot of trolls. Sometimes you just gotta not give them time of day, really.
Exactly. Right. If you show them attention, that's exactly what they want.
Yep.
Well, I would say this: if you guys have money, or if you can make it, I would love to hang out with Emily and Austin and you, Jay, at VidCon if you guys can come in October, and we can just walk around and see all the venues and do all that stuff. It's Friday, October 22nd through October 24th in Anaheim, California, at the convention center down there.
That would be fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to VidCon.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been.
Yeah, we'll look into that.
Eric, really quick, I know people want to know too, the titles of your videos. Where does that come into play? Like, how do you title the videos? Because they all seem to title and then go into the description.
Videos, I usually take something out of the video and put it into the title of that video, and that's how some of the ideas for those, the video names comes from within the video itself.
Got it.
So it put the topic kind of into the title a little bit.
Or a phrase that you used, a quote, rather.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And
do you have any favorite titles, by the way?
I'd actually like to ask you and Jay if there's like any intro or outro that you would like to see in the future, please do tell me, because hang on, we're about to eat, so I really do have to get going.
Okay, that's fine.
We can finish another day, Eric.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Eric.
Yeah, thanks a lot for coming.
Thanks.
It's been fun.
It's been nice, yes.
Jay, do you want to say anything?
Well, I appreciate you coming on. I wasn't expecting this, but thank you. It was really nice talking to you.
You're welcome, and thank you guys again for doing this. And I'll look for that video on YouTube if you guys end up posting it.
Yes,
Awesome.
sir.
We'll send it to you.
All right, Eric.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
All right,
that's him.
That was Eric.
Yeah, I was not expecting him to talk that long.
Honestly, me neither.
Same. Very same.
He had some really good answers, though, to the questions.
He did.
For getting on, because that's something that he does.
He does not like going and like. He said before, I won't do podcasts. I won't.
That he's mentioned that to me before too. So I was honestly really surprised. But
you're the first person to get an interview with him.
With Eric, yeah.
Yes, pretty much.
I don't think I've seen another.
No.
And he spoke for almost half an hour. I was not expecting that.
Right. Same.
Like, I thought maybe he talked for 5 minutes and then he may like bounce. He may not like one of the questions, but he definitely was in a talkative mood.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he really was.
We might have to get him. I think we might need to get a part 2.
We might.
Sure.
We should get some questions pulled together.
Yeah, I've known him for like 15 plus years, so
yeah,
that is definitely the end to Eric McHenry.
Yeah, so just originally I was just gonna ask you guys a bunch of questions because I was never expecting him to come on, honestly.
I thought it'd be better if we could get him on so he could say.
Yeah.
So you could hear it from him,
right,
you know?
You could hear a little bit of where he's coming from. I know there's still like a lot of uncertainty, like
the unknown.
Right, the unknown, because he is like so mysterious, but
yes.
You know. Yeah.
Like, the reason why I was expecting him not to talk was because, he definitely like he thinks he's getting trolled a lot probably, and
Right. And he does. Like
there are a lot of trolls out there.
And I think sometimes he worries that like everyone that communicates with him is trying to troll on him, you know?
That's true.
And the good people that care about him, sometimes he'll be rude, but he thinks that, they're making fun of him or whatever, when it's really like, we're trying to do good.
We're all trying to just help him out.
I guess out the best way we can, yeah.
Right.
So, you guys have known Eric for a long time. Like, how did you meet him?
I went to high school with him.
Yes.
And
you did mention that, like.
I went to high school with him, and I just, I met him there, and then, he was always, after we graduated, he was always at the bars every weekend with everybody, because, when we go to the bar, it was kind of like everyone at the high school was there, so it was like familiar faces for everybody. And after, we've all kind of moved out of the city and around the area, so we live close. We live in the same area as him, just a little further out. So we went, I introduced her to him. We went and got lunch and just kind of chatted up, and we just all became really good friends.
Yeah. We started dating like 4 years ago, and one of the first things he showed me was like, oh, look at my friend on YouTube. And I immediately just like, oh my God. And so I told him, I was like, please set us up to go to lunch. And of course, Eric was super resistant. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then finally one day he said, okay, I'll do it. And so his parents dropped him off. We had a hamburger. We went to the park. We took some pictures, and then off he went.
Yeah. Back to YouTube. Yeah, he's embedded himself as like being just like a YouTuber, honestly. He may not have a lot of subscribers, but him as a YouTuber.
Right.
Yes, that is true. That is what his definition is.
Right.
pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's like his full-time job.
So, all right, you said you met him in high school. Like, what was the first time you met him? Like, how did you meet him the first time? Like,
Probably just in passing, because I was like really, I talked to everybody. I always said hi to everybody, whatever. So I probably just met him. I think he could probably tell you before I could, but probably just in passing at lunch or something like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody knew him.
So,
Everybody knew Eric at school
why did everyone know Eric in school? Like,
because he was just
was it a small school or like?
I mean, it was a small town.
Okay, that makes sense.
So everybody, like, I mean, everyone was friends with everyone. There wasn't like a lot of like bullies, like everyone were nice and just encouraging and cool with everybody.
So he just really stood out. Like, was there anything he did that stood out in high school?
Not necessarily, he was just a funny person. People liked his energy.
Did he ever? I don't know. I know he didn't say anything about doing camcorders, but did he ever talk about trying to do videos one day before YouTube came along?
I want to say, he was one of the first people to even be on YouTube like that. I mean, we all maybe had YouTube or went on the website, but like he was really like the first person in on the whole trend.
Most people just had like YouTube to search videos, but he was actually on there like putting out videos.
Right. Yeah, like I don't even think I knew how to at the time.
Yeah.
When his first video was out, I probably couldn't post a video on there. I don't know.
I mean, were you surprised that Eric kept going on for so long? Like,
I think everyone was surprised, honestly.
So does the whole town know that he makes YouTube videos?
Oh yeah, everybody knows.
But had anybody ever gone and say, "Hey, you want some help or anything?" Or he just?
I think he's more the type. Yeah, he's more the type to want to do it on his own, kind of.
Okay.
And not have any outside help. He likes to just kind of do it himself and put it out there,
Right. Yeah.
And not really care what anyone thinks or, oh, you want an intro? Well, fuck that. I don't want an intro.
I mean, like both him and I, we have good cameras, we have drones. I mean, we could do like a whole production for him. We have a friend that does music videos, a graphic designer, and he doesn't want any of it. He really just like wants to do
I think he really just likes being in control of it. That's one aspect that he has full control over, and to hand that over to someone else, I don't think he would be okay with that.
Right.
Yeah, Eric, he says, I don't edit my videos. I don't plan them out. I just
shoot.
And he's super private. I mean, when we met up, it was my first time meeting him. He was super quiet, like just not who you see like online. He's, online super talkative and, sassy, and in person he was just really nice, really quiet, really just And one of the things about him is like he won't just like go and meet up with whoever whenever, like if he's going out of the house, it's either like with his family or like maybe down to the bar on a Saturday night, but he's not hanging out with people and having the people come over to his house. He's super private about his house. And so I think for him, he doesn't want to collab with people because it wouldn't, it would mean to where people need to come over, help with editing, and he's not super, high with the tech, and that's why he doesn't edit. And so yeah, I think in his mind it's just easier to do it all himself and not bring
just a one
in.
shot, just shoot it. And and that's I mean, you heard him. He doesn't even watch his old videos.
Right.
Yes.
He shoots it and forgets about it and uploads it. Which may, help in this strategy of doing this and having that determination to keep going. Because I think if you look back, you start seeing improvement.
Yes, he would probably see things that he wouldn't want to like. He wouldn't like, what he was seeing. So that may discourage him from making more videos, honestly.
Yeah. And it's hard to come up with new ideas all the time. So it's probably in his best interest that he doesn't look back, because a lot of the times he's repetitive in what he says. But in a different way, and so it's probably good that he doesn't look back.
Right.
All right, I got a question. Like somebody that also watches
Mm-hmm.
Eric and not a troll. Ignore my chat for the most part. So Joey with the numbers, as we call him, says, "Was Eric a ladies' man?"
I mean, I would say yes, he was.
He tried to steal me from
Yeah,
Austin.
he literally steal her. I had to say no, Eric. You can't have her. Sorry, any other girl.
So Eric, or a recent video, he says he said like, "I really want to. I'll only date like a celebrity or something." Do you think he really believes that, or just
No, I think he truly believes it, and I think it. You know what you put in the universe, you receive, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's almost like his videos are kind of like that manifestation board,
Yes.
where you would put like a little like an image of a Ferrari on there,
100%.
and you know just look at it every day.
Right.
And I think by him speaking these words into existence and
Yeah.
embedding them forever on YouTube is kind of like his way
Right.
of manifesting these dreams.
I mean, honestly, if you think of like the biggest YouTubers, I swear to God, not half of them have the dedication and consistency that Eric Mchenry has. Like, if he had the right resources and knew the right people, I mean, he would be like the perfect YouTuber because of how much he posts and consistent every single day. And, you know, but yeah, I think he doesn't go out enough to open those doors. But
Yeah. Well, I think also like Eric probably needs he would probably need a more mindset that he would accept help, just do things.
Him wanting to do it all by himself.
Yeah, or like get help from people that really know what to do and really can help him out. But I guess he really wants to do it on his own, like no matter what.
right. Yeah.
Like no matter what the result is, he wants to get there his own way and doesn't really want to help, he doesn't want anyone to help him. And in a way that is kind of admirable that he just one that do it his own way. I mean,
between Eric and I, and then Eric and Austin, and then the three of us together, there have been many fallouts to where Eric's blocked us, we've blocked Eric, but we always like find our way back because we love him, we care about him, and I think the feeling is like reciprocated. But Eric is, as simple as his videos are, he's a very complex person.
Yes, there is definitely a mystery to him. Like,
totally is. I have met him and spent a whole day with him, and I still am just like I still find myself going down the rabbit hole and watching a million of his videos. And I actually was the one that posted him on Reddit.
I think that may have been the topic where I first saw him. I like deep into YouTube or something like that.
Yeah.
That's where I first saw him. Like somebody posted a deep into YouTube video of his saying that he doesn't edit and just
goes every day.
Yeah, it goes every day. And it's like, what is this? So I kept watching for a while now. And here I am.
And
right.
I think that video is one of his most viewed videos now.
It is.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like we indirectly kind of
helped him. Because he didn't want any help from us at all.
Yeah. Like he's very hard to accept help.
But honestly, I'm really proud of him coming on the podcast
that's
today.
Huge. That's honestly, like, seriously, like you may think it's like, cool and everything, but like that is so rare of Eric. Like I almost wonder if like he'll ever do that again, because he's not about being on the phone, he's not about texting, he's not about anything that involves like face-to-face communication. And so I'm super proud of him, seriously. Super. And I just kind of knocked down a wall for him to show him he can get out and he can do stuff like this and he is admired, and maybe to open up a little bit more.
Yeah, trust me, I was not expecting him to come on. Like it's like I really was not expecting him to talk for half an hour. I was not. It's a bit stunning because like Eric, he just makes his own videos and he stays in his own little world. He doesn't do like collabs or anything with like anybody else. He just stays in his own world and he likes to be in there. and that's who he is. But for him to come to somebody else's video or stream and talk about what he wants to talk about is pretty rare.
Very rare.
Joe is the number says I can barely get him to talk on Instagram. Yeah, he does.
That's exactly
I think it literally took someone that's known him for like 15 plus years to like walk him out of his shell, like just a little bit. He was at first he even said no, and then we said, we have someone that really admires you and is interested in you, and like when you get bigger, like you can't just say no to your fans. Like you need to open up a little bit and appreciate it. So he finally was like, okay, I'll do it, which again, I'm super proud of him.
So, all right. So, like, how many of you like follow Eric? I've had other people come on here and say there's a couple of them that have like followed him for a couple of years now. So, like, how many people you say really like follow Eric?
I mean, personally, there's a few of my friends that watch him. All of his videos that come out. But as you know, the subscriber count is still pretty low.
Yeah.
If I were to say the whole town that we grew up in watches them, it could be all people from that area, but I wouldn't know everybody, obviously. Right. And the few people that I do know that watch him pretty consistently still do.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd say there's a good handful of people I know.
Yeah, we play on like PlayStation a lot, and like we met some people that we play with like a lot on PlayStation Live, and like we even showed them Eric, and like 2 nights ago we were playing and they were like, hey, did you see Eric Mchenry's new video? Like the thing with Eric is like once you show him to somebody, like they stay around. Even if they leave for like a couple months or a year, they always come back to Eric just to see what he's doing and what he has to say, and he's just intriguing.
Update.
Right.
Yes, he is intriguing. I don't know. I just keep coming back to him. But I know for some people that it is a little tough to get into him because he does say the same things kind of
over and over.
Yeah.
And I think that goes back to him just like manifesting it. Like he reiterates it so much because he wants it so much.
Right. He does. He really wants it.
So, all right. I do know that Eric gets trolled a bit. What do you think of the trolls? Any thoughts on them or?
Trolls are going to be here forever.
Yeah.
They really are.
It's part of the internet, so if you're on the internet, you're going to expect that, And I think Eric has done a good job of kind of turning that off, of like kind of blocking them out there in time when he'd respond to it and feed into the troll energy, which would then duplicate and triplicate, all of the trolls coming in and attacking him. And I think obviously the trolls want attention and Eric was feeding into it. And I don't know if it's a good or bad thing to stop interacting because, the more interaction you have on the channel, maybe the better algorithm for the trending.
That's true.
Kind of a double-edged sword of, do I want to, communicate with the trolls and give them that attention they want? Or do I want to get this channel seen by more people?
Right.
Well, one thing about Eric is that he doesn't reply to the comments anymore. He just lets them be. I remember for a short while, he disabled all the comments, and I guess that's when some viewers kind of zoned out because they couldn't really say what they wanted to say.
That's part of that double-edged sword, is that people do want to comment and that's part of the video. You want to leave a comment and leave your thoughts.
Right.
So I think if Eric can find a happy medium, which seems like he has kind of found now, not replying, but I do think interaction is good though. I think he needs to interact a little bit more with the people commenting.
And I think this interview was honestly an opening door of that. The fact I'm literally still trying to wrap my mind around the fact that we got him. When Austin told me that we were doing this, I was like, how cool would it be if we got Eric on? But I never in a million years thought that we actually would. So
right.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. He is very private, as you mentioned. He'll talk about what's going on, movies he saw, I don't know, singers he likes, dreams he has, but never really about what's really going on, like
Right.
what's going on in his personal life with his family or anything like that. Really.
Yeah, I think he's just super private.
Yes.
And I think that's in his advantage. So, you know, you kind of want to keep part of your life private, especially if you're on YouTube.
You're breaking up a little bit.
You want a little bit of peace that you can.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, can you hear me?
Still sounds a little staticky. Try again. All right. All right, that's fine. So yes. All right, we're having technical difficulties, but it's fine. We're going strong for a good 50 minutes talking about Eric Mchenry. I know there's a lot of trolls been here before, but blocking them, and they just kept giving me watch time and crap like that. All right.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us now? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you better now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, my phone was on 1%, and I think it was just shutting down. But
Okay.
I just like the whole him being private on his with his life. It kind of helps to his advantage because he does have that little piece of like, you know, privacy that he can turn off the cameras,
Yeah,
turn off the computer, and just be himself. And I mean, not
that
to say
is true.
not
Like,
himself in the videos.
that's true. Well, I guess one good thing about that is like nobody can ever come to Eric and say, "Hey, you did this," when he really doesn't, talk. I know like some people out themselves with like flagrant things sometimes in what they say, but Eric, he does keep his own world, which doesn't really do that much harm. So
He can't.
I guess that is a benefit for him. He doesn't really do self damage
Right.
towards himself sometimes.
That's honestly true. Yeah. I mean, it's hard. It's hard for him to. I mean, it's one thing if you're out and about every day and someone's like, "Hey, this person was rude as fuck," or they said it to me. I've seen him on YouTube. Like, let me go fucking call him out. Well, Eric, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you see him out,
Very rare.
He's like a shiny holographic Pokemon, It's like you rarely see him.
Yes.
You do, you want to like go up to him.
Right.
Okay, so a comment from the chat. Joe's number says, I can barely get him to talk on Instagram. He does kind of interact in DMs, but he does seem to have some trust in you to do that. That is very true. He just wants, trust sometimes. Do you think it's easy to get his trust, or is somewhat difficult, or
extremely hard, super hard?
I mean, I think I have a little upper hand just because
Yeah.
I've known him for so long. But if you were just like
someone on the internet, like we've met him and had lunch with him and met face to face, so he knows like we took him out to lunch.
Yeah.
But
I just think, I mean that's exactly it. Is that he knows us personally. He knows that we're good people. And like she said, like we get into it here and there. I mean, just like anyone does, but and we want the best for him. So there was a time when we were telling him, "Hey, dude, like go out and get a job. Like you can't just sit around all day." And I still think that would be a good idea, just on a social aspect for him to get out.
Yeah, like some sort of routine, like switch it up a bit.
Yeah. I mean, any friend that you care about, a good friend is not going to go around and talk behind your back and say what they really think. A good friend is going to go to them and say, hey, you would be way more beneficial. So we went through that phase where we were like, look, you can do YouTube, you can follow your dream, but on the side, get a part-time job or just something to get out, because it's really depressing for most people to be in the house.
Oh, yes.
And I think that a lot of his haters, that's the main thing that people focus on, is like, look at this 30-year-old guy that doesn't have a job and makes videos. But, Eric is different, and what works for him doesn't work for other people. But if his parents support him and, he does things around the house to make up for it or whatever, then, that's,
So
their
be it.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, a lot of his videos do concern him. Not like I guess it's more resistant to be a job. I also know that he has made some videos where he does say. Joey did mention like he wants to be like a bar back. Does he still want to be like a bar back or a bartender's helper?
I think he just likes that bar atmosphere.
Yeah, 100%.
He's talkative. He likes to flirt, So
there's one bar that he loves in particular, and he's always like, "Oh, I'm gonna go there for my next birthday. I'm gonna go here."
Yeah, he's always planning to go to this one bar in the hometown that everyone. It's kind of like the reunion bar. Like if I were to go there on a weekend, like guarantee I'd see 10, 15, 20 people from high school, that all go there to see old people.
I think it takes him back, the bar atmosphere and seeing all your friends. It takes him back to the best days of his life, which were going to school, being with his friends. Once everyone graduated and they started going out doing their own thing, I think going to the bar is the only time that he gets that feeling of like high school again. So that's why he craves. I don't think he craves working at a bar. He just enjoys that atmosphere,
that feeling that he gets. Yeah, that's a perfect way to say it.
But if he's a private person, like, why does he want to work at a bar? I know it does bring back good memories, but if you're a private person, why would you want to be in a place that's the opposite of privacy?
That's why he's not a bar back.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why he
the idea of being a bar back is what he likes.
Right.
He likes that makes sense. Yeah.
He doesn't like the actual commitment and responsibility of having that job.
Let's be real. We all have, like, for example, when I was growing up and in my later part of my youth, I would go to Santa Cruz with my family. That was like our go-to spot. So when I graduated, I went to college there because it was the idea of my childhood, just all the fun memories. But then once you commit to it, you're not enjoying those memories. You're having to work, and get to experience that. So I think that's why he doesn't actually want to be a bar back and know all the drinks. He just enjoys going and getting a drink and enjoying that atmosphere.
And he probably thinks if I could get a job here as a bar back, that feeling that I get when I'm there as a customer would still continue.
Right.
All right. So do you think he'll ever get the ambition to get a job? Or
I mean, I don't know if he doesn't have the ambition already. I think it's mainly
he puts all that ambition towards videos.
Right. He puts all of his energy into the videos every day. So for him, his main goal is to be, like you said, Charles,
like Charles Trippy.
Yeah, he wants to beat the record, so that's like where his focus and energy goes, as opposed to a job. I mean,
and let's be real. If you had a whole upper level to your house, a beautiful home in a beautiful town, food, every accommodation provided, and no one was bugging you to get a job and make money, I mean, would you go out and get a job? Like,
yeah, would you do it? I mean, if I was in his position, I'd do the same thing.
Right. If his parents aren't saying you need to go get a job, which they're not, then I think the only reason he says I'm gonna go get a job is because the haters. That's like the main thing that haters go in on, is he doesn't have a job and he's 30. And he's been living at home for multiple years. But if no one is bugging you to get a job and you don't have any responsibilities, then it's like, I wouldn't go get one, if my parents are willing to pay for everything.
Yeah, and he lives in like one of the nicer communities.
Nice,
okay.
Area.
Like I used to live in the same neighborhood, so like I know the area. I know
definitely higher middle class to wealthy. Like he lives in a beautiful area in a very rich or
rich neighborhood.
I think if I were in his position, like I wouldn't just get like a regular job. I think I would do it a little differently than him. Like I don't know, like maybe do traveling or like
Well,
I
you
mean,
know,
he doesn't have money, so like he doesn't
right.
have his own money because he doesn't have a
Yeah.
job,
That's
and I
just
don't
it.
think he's getting
And like
maybe
his parents aren't
allowance.
right. His parents aren't so well. I mean, I don't know, but his parents are well off. They do well for themselves enough to take care of him, but they're not, some Beverly Hills parents
yeah,
give him a credit card and say go run free.
Mhm.
It's just a
And
state.
even if he did get a credit card, I don't think he would go anywhere.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I don't think I don't think so either. He would just go to Comic-Con, VidCon,
Mhm.
all those things, and he's just a very simplistic guy. It does not take a lot to make him happy. I mean, we sat and just had a burger and literally talked about nothing, and then went to the park, and I mean, he loved it. It was
yeah.
and most people would consider that a boring day. But it's the very like simplistic
Small
life
things.
for him. Yeah, it's the small things for him that make him really, really happy.
Yes, that does seem like he does seem like to enjoy the little things in life.
Mhm.
Have you ever met his parents or
Nope.
no? Okay.
I talked to his mom on the phone one time. I called his house and she was super nice. Super nice. I mean, we didn't have a long discussion, but I mean, she was really nice. Said, "Oh, Eric, you have someone on the phone."
All right.
But yeah, I mean, when we were hanging out with him, he had us drop him off at like a park a little bit of ways. Even though we know what house he lives in, he's so private that like he doesn't want us to go up to the door and definitely not let us inside. I mean, super private. Super private.
Yeah.
And that's one of the mysteries to me is living in such a beautiful neighborhood with two great parents. I don't know why he is so private because I would want to show that off, but that's just who he is, and I think that's what makes him really special.
It is kind of maybe it's ironic that he's a private person, but yet he puts like a lot in YouTube.
Right. And
Like,
I think that's also kind of like plays into the character of Eric McHenry because it's like, yeah, he does. He literally talks about the smallest details of his day.
yes, he does.
And like you could probably go back and figure out his whole daily routine just by watching his videos. But yeah, he keeps certain aspects super private. Like he won't bring it up. He won't talk about it. Like even when I was getting him to get on here, he was just like, like there's a question I don't like I'm not answering it. Like
he
I don't want
keeps
to
it
talk
as
about
it is.
Right.
Yeah.
He did answer all the questions. Like he didn't say like, oh, I don't want to answer that. But then again, I didn't like push him too far either.
Right. Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Well, like when I asked about Universal Studios, he said he went to a wedding for a family there. And then he was like, but I'm not talking about that. And it's like, well, we weren't really going to ask about it anyways.
With his siblings or his home, it's like no go. And I know he has a beautiful life with them. Parents that love him. I mean, your parents could have to love you a lot to let you live there with no job under those circumstances, And he has brothers that he's super close with. They all love him.
Yeah, he's mentioned a brother or how many brothers does he have? Like
two.
Or two? Okay. Yeah, he has.
They're older than him. They're in their 40s, 50s, maybe 40s. Late 40s, So
I guess maybe there's a bit of an age gap.
Mm-hmm. He was like the family kind of thing.
Yeah.
That also might play into who he is,
Right.
The parents always baby the little ones.
I'm the baby, and I was definitely the most spoiled. So, yeah.
There's just so much to him, but I don't know. It's like makes you think, makes you wonder who he really is. But
right, and
I still ask that.
Right,
and I know him.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that there's so many other people that want to know more about him too.
Right.
Yeah, there's those two guys. Like before, I interviewed like two guys from like Britain, and they been following for years, and it's kind of.
That's kind of that's odd.
Yeah, that's kind of odd that two guys from Britain like are following Eric Mchenry.
Showed me, I was like, no way. Like, I was honestly shocked because you see he only has about 300 subscribers, and I was just shocked that there's this world that's so intrigued. But it's like, I think back to me, and I know I was so intrigued, so there has to be other people that feel that exact same way, you know?
Yeah, I forget who one of the guests that you had on said that they had found the video on a gaming website.
Yes.
That was the poster said they found it from deeper into YouTube.
Yes.
So it's like all these people that really are rallying up and subbing to the channel came from the post.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn, like we started a movement almost.
Yeah. I think I may have posted one of Eric's videos to the gaming site, and that's where the guy from the gaming site came from.
Oh, okay. So you got into it too. So we're kind of the catalyst.
Like, what made you, like, if I can ask you a question, like, what made you so interested in him? Like, that, you know, made you want to go and ask people, you know, about him?
I don't know. It's just there's this intrigue to him. I guess it's like there's some like YouTubers out there that are kind of like interesting too, but they have a lot of drama and it's the same thing over and over again. And like after a while you don't want to hear it. But with Eric, it's very simple. Like it's like he doesn't give you drama, you know. Well, he doesn't, you know, like he's not gonna have drama against me or anybody. He may have like some feelings that he may be angry sometimes, but it's like it's all very simple. Like
right.
If I watch him one day, it's like I watch him, but if I watch him like if I don't watch him for a while, it's like nothing will, you know, really change, but he'll still be there. The mystery in that,
right?
It's kind of hard to explain in a way, but you know,
it's kind of that. It's like it's the comfort of knowing that like things change in this world, but there'll always be that constant of
yeah. But the thing is like some people you get tired of watching their same shit over and over again. But with Eric, it's just simple.
I know. I mean, it's been 4 years, and like again, I go through phases where, because you know, him and I interact.
Yes.
We go through phases where I love him, I hate him, but we always come back to, you know, love. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it's like, let's see, Eric. Like, there's just some people you really don't want to watch after a while, but Eric's it's just simple. It's like, it's not like he's influenced by anyone either.
Right.
Because there's like some, like, I guess, simplistic thinking YouTubers, but they're always controlled by somebody else, and it's kind of puts you off. Eric is still his own person in his way. Like, nobody's controlling him. Nobody's telling him what to do. Nobody's telling him what videos to make. Like, everything he does is of his own, like, willpower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a time when there were some commenters that were going on his page and kind of, like, influencing him. And I don't even know, there was, like, some girls commenting at one point that were trying catfishing him.
Yeah, he had a catfishing experience, and I think that's where a lot of the trust issues with people like you and I now, or people he has not met in real life, come into play. Because, you know.
Because I think he is really impressionable, and if you say something that interests him in one of those topics, like, he'll give you that trust right away. And almost.
He gives out all the information and things that he loves, so it's very easy for someone to fish it. Yeah.
Yeah, like a hacker could watch his videos and pretty much get all his passwords, I would assume.
Right.
I think it also depends, like, if you're a female, maybe it's a little more trusting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I would say 100%.
Like, it's a little harder if you're a male, but if you're an attractive female, then he may be more impressionable towards that.
Right, yeah. And then if you are a male and you're catfishing him as a female, that might, you know, get him kind of, you know, and that's not good.
Yeah. But the one thing about him is, like, he's not that impressionable. Like, he can, like figure things out and, like, you know.
No, he comes to his senses, I feel like.
Yeah.
Finding out.
Oh, he does.
this is a little odd or something's weird, and then he'll make a video about it.
Right.
Yeah. But it's not like he's being. It is correct in saying like he's not overtly being damaged by anybody, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, I don't think he's really been damaged too much.
No, and I think the fact that he has such a solid home life and brothers that really care about him, I think maybe that's why he's so protective of his family and everything, is because they really do keep him grounded and stable, and they're like his biggest support system, you know. And also I question if they even know about his world on YouTube,
Right?
You know, like I don't know if his mom and dad know that he's this YouTuber that's been posting every day for hundreds of days.
Yeah, he might even keep that private from them.
Right. Yeah.
It's possible, but the thing, it's very easy because it's like his videos aren't that long, and mostly maybe 10, 12 minutes. But you can make that in like a short amount of time. Like nobody really needs to know you're like. It's not like he has to edit everything. It's not like he puts in a lot of lights, a lot of equipment. He just does his videos probably in front of his computer and
That's
upload.
Yeah, the core information that you need to take from the video could be condensed down to like a minute long.
Yeah.
But he repeats himself a lot. That's just his character, you know, and that's what makes him kind of different from the rest, and you want to watch that because you like how he spells out everything, you like how he repeats everything. And I noticed that whenever he's going to like this, if he's going to bring up a topic, he'll bring up he'll give you 10 examples in that topic. You know, no one knows numbers the way that Eric does. Eric really knows. He knows his half birthday. He knows his half birthday.
Yeah, he knows a lot about lists and the numbers that attach to those lists.
He's a list person, and I mean, he knows math better than anyone I know.
Yeah. He does keep track of time pretty good. Like he definitely knows like when it's like his 20,000th day on YouTube or whatever.
Right. And I think that's intriguing to a lot of people because not a lot of people really are looking that close, you know, at certain little details like that. But Eric is.
Right.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else we need to cover? Or?
I mean, I think this is good for now. I think we should definitely get a part 2 with Eric on here.
Yeah.
Sure, that'd be fine. Yeah.
I think if we could slowly get him, get him integrated into talking with other people. Who knows? We might have some new content coming.
Right. We may have some editing thrown in there. We don't know. Actually, I never think Eric will do editing, but good content. Maybe this is the knowing that people do watch and do care. This is what he needs to go a little bit further, the extra mile.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep. And we appreciate you bringing us on.
You're welcome. Yeah, it was a nice time. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I'll talk with Eric and see if we can set something else up at a later date.
Yeah. All right. Let me just end this.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for watching.
All right.